building out the chin. Jaw. So it says middle mouse, but I'm holding Alt and pressing down on the pad or on the tablet. But if you guys are using the mouse, then you'll know. I do like Blender sculpting because it is really simple. There's not too much that you have to deal with like in ZBrush or get to know or follow. I just wish that the software itself was a little bit more optimized to handle higher geometry like ZBrush does. But for most of my needs, because I do stylized work, I think I can get away with Blender just fine. So at this point, I want to add a modifier to my mesh, and I've been playing around with a few of these. I like to use subdivision first because there's not there's a remeshing tool in here, a modifier, but it doesn't work how Dynamesh does. I start off with subdivisions before I start to really go heavy into other modifiers or even Dino Topo. So we're going to do multi-resolution, and then we're going to do preview sculpt, turn that up to, actually let's subdivide it first. So subdivide once. I'll do twice. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and save this file just because sometimes when it crashes, I don't want to. There we go. Now I'm going to look for where I want to place my eyes. So I think I'm going to use clay strips for that. Dent the area that I want the eyes. I'm not going to go crazy heavy with any of this stuff. The details right now. With any sculpting program, you don't want to go straight into. That's just gonna be a nightmare and a half trying to. Put a time. Now I want to browse. I don't know if it's going to be male or female yet. Big browse. I might make it flatten just to get the part. Temple is, and it makes the side of your eye. Gives this line that we have on the front of our skull. One thing I don't like about Blender's orthographic view is they mix it really fat. I think in ZBrush, if you're used to photography terms, I think Blender makes it like a 200mm compression, or in ZBrush I think it's like an 85mm lens compression. And I prefer that over this, but I can't complain. The software's free. Now gonna be I guess I'm just gonna do the sculpt real time. So this video is gonna be what it seems like it's gonna be pretty long. Might have to split up into two. Add cheekbones. Fire the cheekbone at. Start tightening up the jaw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back over to grab brush, which is G. I've customized some of the brushes on here, by the way, so you can do that in the preferences as well. But I left grab as G. I have like draw, clay strips, and crease under 1, 2, and I wonder, like, when we look at my GPU, it's only at 53 degrees Celsius. That's not even that hot. I don't know if it's a driver issue or if it is my GPU itself. I feel like it's more of a driver issue because I'm running Linux, by the way. I switched over to Linux because I'm trying to push more open source and live that style. Step away from standards. You guys watched my old video. Yeah, I don't know if it's the NVIDIA drivers or Linux that are kind of causing some troubles, because I'm running a GTX 1070. That shouldn't be a problem. Did get it refurbished, so I'm hoping it's not the GPU. But when I switched driver files to open source Nueva drivers, it wasn't detecting the CUDA cores, but it was still allowing me to use the video card. I had no issue with freezing it. It was just I couldn't run all that well. I think I'm gonna start at... It's been more than 10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. We're at 21 minutes, so let's see if I can keep this under 35. Let's subdivide again. This isn't the greatest sculpt, but I'm just trying to show you guys, just using these simple brushes, what I know as a sculptor, what we can really do software. And which I'm going to be making a character course soon to put up for sale on my website, on Udemy. If you buy it on my website, I'm thinking about things on what would good incentives for you guys to buy it off of there instead of Udemy. But Udemy always has sales, so I figured if somebody who can't afford whatever I offer on my website and still wants the tutorial, can get it for a good price off of Udemy. I'm not looking for tons of money. I have a comfortable living, me and my family. Kids, I mean, if it was just me by myself, I'd probably give everything free time. But I got 2 kids that. Sure. I'm still doing this too. Way too high. Do 6. 7? I can live with that. Okay, so we're gonna apply remesh that real quick. It's not as dense as old head. So now we're gonna go into Dinotopo. I'm gonna start off at say 10. So the lower you go, the more dense the mesh is going to be as you draw on it. The higher you go, the less dense that it's going to become as you draw on it. We're going to go ahead and leave it at subdivision collapse and relative detail. So relative detail means depending how close I am to the model is going to affect how much detail. So let's just start off right here. We'll turn on Dinotopo with Control D, and then if I start to say draw brush, that's what the relative detail would look like. See, it's this dense right now. Now it's lower. Now say I zoom in, go that same area, it's starting to add some geometry. Not too much right now. And that's what detail size is affecting. Let's type 8 and start to draw. Okay. Now if we zoom out, you can see that cluster on the head is a little bit darker than the rest of the head, and that means that there's more geometry in there through the wireframe. Now if I go over it again, same brush, it lowers it. So I thought that was kind of cool because the closer you come in and you need to work on details, the higher the resolution can be in those areas. You can even affect it by brush size, like in ZBrush with their Sculptrise Pro. And some other ones, but I like this way. I'm going to stick with this way for a while until I see another reason to use the other versions. So let's go ahead and start building those eyelids. $32 minutes. Okay, let's see if I can finish this up quickly for you guys. At this point, this is when you're like, it's not sculpting as much, so maybe we'll go into settings here on the side and go to 0.6 instead of 0.5. Make it a little bit more oomph on the brush strength. Fill in areas quicker. I want to wear down my tablet having a 0.5 the whole time. How's my audio? Looks pretty good. Okay, cool. These aren't my final eyelids. I'm just kind of building those shapes in right now. In this case, I need a little bit, probably need a little bit more geometry right here. What I'm gonna go is Dinotopo and change the detail size to 6. Now I can add geometry in that area. You guys know our eyelids, they kind of sink in on the inside, but out here they actually kind of puff out. It's a weird figure 8 shape that comes here, like a figure 8. Probably should have made the eyes a little bit bigger, excuse me. I feel like I need a sneeze. know, you guys don't need to know every single anatomy to become a character artist. It's just knowing enough to know where everything's placed. Knowing those lines. Knowing them well give you a strong understanding of anatomy, because after you know those landmarks, everything just connects to them. That's what's great. Once I really understood that going through my career, it helped make things fall into place a lot easier. I thought were harder than reasoning. I feel like for the size of her head, her lips may need to be... Yeah. Usually, rule of thumb is your lip should fall somewhere in between the middle of where your iris is, outside of the dino taco. You'll see I go in between dino taco, turn it on and off. That's because, oops, plate or draw. And to be have grab on. When Dino Top is on, it actually is heavy blender, especially if you have a super powerful machine. And I'm trying to figure out what mine I should will handle it well. Right, I just look over here. Out. So I'm going to finish up some final details. Again, I'm not calling this done. This is nowhere near my best piece, so please don't judge me. I just wanted to show you guys a quick live session of using the simple tools. You can get a pretty good mesh down, sculpt down. Have She looks weird without ears. Throw some in real quick, but been too long. Bust this out. and I'm learning the workflow in here because I'm going to be developing a course for you guys. I will be putting out some of the videos of the course so you guys can actually check it out and see if you like it and see if you buy it. But it will be paid. Even though it's going to be paid, sorry that paused. Even though it's going to be paid, I want to make it affordable for you guys, so it's not going to be that expensive, you know, in the long term of things. I also do offer mentorship, one-on-one trainings, and I'll put a link on my website so you guys can check that out, see what you guys think. You sign up for a month, or you can sign up for multiple months. So you sign up for more months. I have 3 different tiers. The price goes down for each month. So I try to make it affordable for you guys. You know, and make sure that's worth your guys' time as well as mine. I love teaching, and I think everybody, you know, has the capability to learn this stuff. Even if you're bad at art, it's like I said, you need to put time and practice into it. Art is a skill that is learned. Yeah, some people are born with it, gifted, but that's not everything. Eyelids. Brow ridge. Okay, I'm gonna call it done, guys. I'm just gonna say it's done right there. I don't want to spend too much longer on this video, extra long. Go ahead, shader smooth real quick. You know, I don't know exactly how long that sculpt went, but I'm around 47 minutes here, so we're looking at about, took me 25 minutes, I believe. Point. I wouldn't say this is my best sculpt ever, but you know, with the tools that you have here, you can get something like this easy. You know, just you can make sure you know what you're doing, anatomy and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make tutorials that are gonna cover this stuff, like how, you know, how wide lips should be, and even then my lips, I think I made them too wide. Yeah, they're a little too wide. How big they should be, what does a head shape look like, where facial landmarks. I'm going to be doing stuff like that for you guys. But I hope this helps. If you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments or questions or anything that I didn't go over, please go ahead and leave comments below, and I'll talk to you. All right? Peace.